So it's January the 1st, 7 p.m, and this is it. This is the year you've told yourself that you're going to be that person that you've always wanted to be. You're going to achieve that freedom in your life that you've always desired, and you're going to become a successful person that you've always dreamed that you can be. So you're sitting there at your desk, your laptop's open, you're working away on your new business, or so you thought. But then 48 YouTube videos and 3 hours later have passed and you've achieved absolutely nothing. No progress has been made. Look, everybody wants to get fit, but they won't. Most people want to start their own business, but the reality is they just won't. And the reason that they won't is because their brain is fucked. And if your brain's fucked, you're fucked. Because if you don't have the ability to focus on one thing in particular, singularly, for days, for weeks, for months, until you achieve that task, then you're never going to achieve anything that you want to achieve in life. And it's because your brain's fucked that you don't have this ability. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how we can unfuck our brains. Part 1, you're distracted. I think everybody can agree that if we want to achieve anything meaningful in life, we have to have the ability to focus. So what is focus? It's the ability to give 100% of your attention to one individual singular thing for hours, days, weeks, or months, or however long is needed to complete that task in hand. So if you can't focus, we must be paying attention to multiple different things around us. In other words, we're distracted. And let's be honest, in this day and age, we are all distracted. We pretty much can't function now without having multiple streams of inputs flowing into our bodies and brains to be able to just get through the day. And what we're doing is we're brainwashing our minds to think that we need this many distractions in order to function properly. We're basically getting brainwashed. And if we're brainwashed to need multiple levels of input flowing into us, how the fuck are we supposed to stay focused? What I want you to do is take your phone and switch it off, right? And then switch it off, put it in a different room and just leave it there for 24 hours. And what you're going to realize when you do this is that you're addicted, not to the phone, you're addicted to distraction. Your brain is wired up to need distractions, and by putting your phone away, keeping it out of sight for 24 hours, you're going to realize that that is the case. So what I want you to do is to do a 30-day protocol to help you get rid of all the distractions in your life. And what I want to do is take your 30 days and split every hour up in that day to 30-minute sections. And every 30 minutes, write down the things that you've done. And at the end of the month, at the end of the 30 days, you're going to be able to take all the data of everything you've written down and list all the things that are just pointless shit and get rid of them. And get rid of all of the distractions that the data is telling you that are slowing you down in your life. Might sound like a bit of a ball ache, but it works, so you might as well just give it a go and see what happens. Because if you don't get rid of these distractions, nothing's going to matter. This video is not going to matter. You're not going to be able to achieve any of your goals. Part 2 is you're confused. Now, most people, they don't know what to do with their life. And they don't know what to do with their life because they don't know what they want in their life. And if they don't know what they want, then they don't know what to do, but they know that there are things to do, so you become confused. And that's where people mostly stay within their life. They carry on in their mundane existence because they don't actually know what they want to do, and if they do know what they want to do, they don't know how to do it. And this stage in people's life is called the anti-zone. It's probably where most of you guys are right now, and it's a stage where you don't exactly know where you are in your life, but you want to do something, you just don't know what you want to do. So you just can't get in the zone because you've got no idea what you want to do and what zone you want to get in the first place. What we want to do is we want to get into the opposite of the anti-zone, and that is to just get into the zone. The zone is a place where all your favorite athletes are, all the big, successful, famous businessmen that you know, they've all been in the zone. So what is the zone? You've probably experienced it at some point or another when you've been playing a video game and you're just so immersed in that game, you're fully in the zone, you know, and that's exactly where everybody needs to be. Imagine if you could get that feeling that you get in a video game where you're just channeling in 100% focus. If you could put that amount of focus and get into that zone, into something that's going to take you somewhere to achieve something that you actually want to achieve in your life, like locked in, like total zero distraction. That's exactly where we want to be. So how do you get there? Well, it's quite a simple step. First, you just need to identify where you want to go. No bullshit, don't complicate it, just think, stare at the wall and think, where exactly do you want to be? Where do you want to get to? And then when you've identified where you want to get to, then you can just put the little steps on this little line to get to the point where you want to be, and then you can focus individually on each step one by one. And if you 100% focus on each step, eventually you're going to get to where you want to go. Because if you think about it, the zone is nothing really but a state of hyper-focus. So if you can focus on the individual steps that you need to take to get to where you want to go, you will make steady progress and you will get there. Part 3 is diet. Your diet is shit. I'm sorry. But you got to think about it logically. Human beings, we live on a series of inputs and outputs. Okay? Usually we sleep, we're awake, we sleep, we repeat. And you know yourself, if you have something that you've got to do in the morning and you've only had 2 hours of sleep, you're gonna be performing absolutely shit, and you know you are. And the same goes for what you put into your body when you eat. If you're eating a diet full of shit food, your body's not going to function the way at its optimal level. Your brain's not going to get the nutrient needs you're never going to be able to focus on shit if you're eating a shit diet. I bet you've opened a book before, read about 2 or 3 lines, and then just totally forgot what you just read. That's because your diet is shit. Your diet is so important to your brain function, to your bodily function. Everything works better if you're feeding it the proper fuel that it needs. So fix your diet, and it's going to help unfuck your brain. Because if you're going to eat like shit, then you're going to think like shit. And if you think anything great can be achieved on a brain that works like shit, well, I think you already know the answer to that one. So if you're looking for a change in your life and you want to get better outputs, just fix your inputs, fix what you put into your body, fix your diet, and I promise you, you're going to notice like tenfold better outputs once you've done that. Because it's all well and good having goals and dreams and a vision, but if your vehicle that you're using to get there is fucked because your diet shit, you're just not going to get there. And at the end of it all, the best thing about it all, if you follow all of these steps, you're going to have an unfucked